Pretending to be a food critic in a fancy restaurant just to get myself some free dinner. Thank you. Enjoy.
What? Okay, I have a question. Is it actually working like that? Like you just go to a restaurant and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm a food critic. Sure. Let's see. Unethical life hacks. Jarvis, you have the microphone. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free.
Premium.
It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. And
we're premium.
Ethical, I would like to say. There's a trend recently on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, of unethical life hacks.
Oh, I know. I heard that. That is really good for Nimi, yeah. That is really, really nice. I mean, she was in that corpo. Maybe she had to keep it a secret. Who knows?
Today, we have collected a number of creators who are engaging in such hacks. Oftentimes, I ask myself, if I engage in the unethical thing, am I a part of the problem? So I try not to. So I'm going to do that by just talking about other people doing it, because people are messing with these videos. They're popular videos. I'm going to review them. I'm going to review them on their efficacy.
I would say what happened in Mishoujo is also unethical. To get the connection. I'm sorry. I should not make jokes about it.
See, on their ethnicity. Review them on their ethnicity. How ethical they are. I'll be reviewing how ethical they are. Or unethical. We'll figure it out. We're going to start with Josh McCann.
Okay. I build businesses and buy property. Reach me. Please do not reach him.
On Instagram, their username is Monopoly McCann, which I don't know what that's supposed to imply. And they build businesses and buy property. Okay. Is this unethical? Day 4.
Unethical ways to make money online. Today we've got selling bullshit artworks on Facebook.
Okay, so we're Australian. So this guy's Australian, I think. I don't know where he's based. I just know that he's based, if you know what I'm saying.
Even his face looked sus. Apparently it's big no to ram a tank through the captain. Bogus, you did what?
First off, let me say, I'm not much of an artist. It all started at Kmart, where I'd quickly buy up any prints that they had on clearance. After that, you want to stop by Bunnings and pick up a big bucket of joint compound on top of that canvas you bought. Let your imagination run free. Just smear this stuff all around the canvas. Stage the photos. Position your new...
Wait, but this looks nice.
Yeah,
did you have
it
to
kind
go
of
to
does look
Kmart
nice.
and buy art on clearance because the frame was cheap? This is kind of like help, I became an artist. Is it okay to ask for money? Is this unethical? I took a previous existing piece of art and then I like transformed it using painting tools. Now I'm selling my art, and that's the and that's my fucking scam, dude.
And that's all there is to it. Slap this on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. I don't...
Okay.
No. The answer to your question, is this unethical, is no.
Not
Because
really.
you're not saying large textured artwork from famous artists. You did do art. You did labor.
Yeah, he did. If he made it himself, he did kind of the work, right? So that's okay.
You did artistic expression. You didn't even do the like basic thing where it's like, oh, it's just a blank white canvas. Imagine with your mind. That's how my art is challenging you. They made art. Anastasia worked at an art museum. Did they make art?
They made art.
They made art.
Okay,
so
they
on
made
a scale
art.
Of, is it unethical? No.
Not
and
really.
I do understand that that's not a scale. That is a Boolean binary. Okay.
Sold at an average of $250 to $300 a piece for around 10 minutes worth of work. I test new methods like this every single week.
So where they're being
I hate those videos where they're just counting money and like, oh, look at me, I'm rich. Look at my money, I'm counting. Monka.
dishonest,
I hate it.
is that it's 10 minutes of work. Because maybe it's 10 minutes of work after you've set up the system. Doing all those chats isn't 10 minutes of work. Going to Kmart isn't 10 minutes of work. I get that you're
Very fair,
exaggerating. It's funny how they've backed themselves into doing what a lot of artists do, which is undervaluing their art. It's fine. You just made art. People sell their bathwater for more money than you're selling your art. And I don't think...
No.
That's a scam. To each their own. It's a free market. Unless you're lying about that being your bathwater. And how dare you if you're doing that.
Dare
This would be
you.
a great part for me to talk about today's sponsor, which is not my bathwater. Before we get into that,
no, we do not get his bathwater.
Now, I talked about data brokers before. And how they collect up all your data. And then they sell it to
I want the Jarvis bathwater. I am disappointed. I will write a Google Docie now. Everybody cry.
You did what?
You will never guess what's in here.
What is in there?
I don't know. I can't see. Can I borrow your glasses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is bad.
No, I can't see.
Hello, Shore.
Well,
no bathwater.
Contact information.
Oh my god.
Your addresses.
Oh,
past
it's like this
addresses,
security
social media
thing.
Usernames.
Oh no.
I like butts 92.
Look, that was a particular time.
Or it's great because they take the annoying and tedious work of finding all these data brokers and submitting opt-out requests on your behalf into their own hands, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Give Aura a few weeks, and you will stop seeing your name pop up on these
don't be sad.
sketchy, like white pages websites.
Everything
also,
will be
there's no laws
okay.
requiring these data brokers to get your consent to collect your data or even sell it. And Aura doesn't just opt you out of these data brokers; they also offer features like an app, dark web monitoring, fraud alerts, a VPN, and more. It's a good deal for those who want to be a little more protected online. Okay, stop me from generating reports because now I'm back.
Oh,
you can head over to my link at aura.
No, I wanted you to cry.
14 days
because we don't get Jarvis bathwater.
Which will give
sadness.
Aura enough time to submit
Summertime
these opt-out requests and
sadness.
get your name to stop showing up on these data
I hope you have a
broker
good day,
websites.
Tony.
And give it a go if you're interested.
Yeah.
Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video.
Let's
find out if this one's unethical.
We have clipping content on social media for brands and creators. And you can actually do this with 0 followers. So I started by downloading WAP from the App Store and then checking out their content rewards program.
Downloading what?
Huh?
WAP? Is this just an ad?
This is where you literally just set up these campaigns on WAP.
Please do not trust in these. There was a huge thing, like a influencer that I like watched, and she's like making very good essays about things and like exposing bad influencers basically. Thank you, Asen. And she tried one of those kind of apps in the German market, and it took her months to earn something. So please do not trust in that. Just do not do that. Don't fall for this.
WAP content rewards and manage the clippers for other brands and content creators.
Okay, so now you've invented management. Is it unethical? No.
Are you doing
Once again, it is work.
Sounds useless.
And it's work that someone doesn't want to do, or else they'd be doing it. You've reinvented something that already exists, which is management. I have a fucking boatload of emails in my inbox offering for people to do this for me because they found that they can make a quick buck doing it.
This guy who's literally making over $20,000 a month doing this. So I don't know, is it time for me to set up my own clipping agency and start cold DMing creators?
No,
See, that's
please
what I mean.
don't.
Like, I am getting cold DM'd all the time by people doing stuff like this. So I know what's happening. In my view, it's like a legitimate business because it's a service that people are willing to pay for. And then management of those services is something that people are willing to pay for. So far, also not unethical. Funny enough, I was curious if this guy was like just doing like some sort of avant-garde comedy, unless they've gone as far as having real drop shipping.
Investment buyer's agent, Aussie investors. I have bought 300 plus high. Okay. Etsy 10K per month. Etsy drop shipping. Ugh. 30-minute consultation. Quickly book a business consult and brand collaboration. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Courses and mentorship and consultations, being able to apply to invest in their high growth Australian property business. I have more issues with properties as an investment vehicle than other than like that you're not living in.
Do we have Bereitschaft today
than
again?
I do doing a service that people are willing to pay for. I actually have an idea for an unethical life hack where
Really?
Sometimes I cook food for myself, but I was realizing
No
if I just
way.
cook food for other people, then I could charge a little bit on top of what it costs me to make that food. Then those
Boom, business idea.
people get the convenience because they're those fucking
Shocking.
schmucks. They're willing to pay more to not have to make their food themselves. I'm
Shocking.
thinking of calling it like a lunch emporium. And comment lunch if you're like trying to get in.
Okay. What kind of scam, unethical business should we open up? What about a VTuber agency? I'm sorry, I should not say that. I just tried to cope with the whole situation myself, man.
on the ground floor of my new business enterprise. This is like the opposite of what happens a lot on social media.
I'm just trying to cope myself.
This person is like the reverse of that. It's almost like they're saying, check out this new scam I found. And
too
it's
early?
Doing all this work.
Today we have
I'm not too early because Connor tweeted it. Yeah, we should start cycling to get that money back.
clipping content on social media for brands and creators.
The unethical thing would be to clip other people's content that you don't own and then post it as yourself, or to make money without the creator's consent. You know, like some creators don't mind. Like I don't really care if you make money clipping my content. It depends on the person, or it depends on the
Are we clipping his content or are we stealing it? This is a debate that I often see of reaction creators, right? So technically we're just watching something, but I try my best to add a lot of content to it. So it is kind of like with more value, like on top of the original value already. What I really, really, really hate is people reacting and just adding like 2 to 5 minutes. Let's say there's a video like this one, 30 minutes. There's a video, 30 minutes, and people are just adding 2 or 5 more minutes to it, and that's it. They're just watching. This is not proper reaction content in my eyes. So I do my best to not do that, right? I need to be transformative. That's why Ethan Klein is suing.
content, right? Taking someone else's intellectual property without their permission and then profiting on it. That is unethical. Like what I'm doing, if I was just reposting this guy's TikToks and creating a market replacement for this guy's TikToks, instead, I'm like trying to provide a lot of each of these TikToks, for example, is like a minute and a half or shorts or fucking reels. Jesus Christ.
Who cares? Short video format. Short video. I also don't know anymore what I should call my short videos because I post them everywhere, so that it's shorts, TikToks, and reels at the same time. A short video format. That's it. That, and the whole time they're just staring and not commenting on the video, they're reacting. Yeah, like say something, do something, share an experience that you have or some thoughts. That's why you do that, no? 10-minute video done, haven't said shit, and then at the end of the video, good video. Funny thing, a lot of people do that. Like, I know, I don't know them personally, but it's a friend from a friend, okay? And that friend is trying to be a streamer as well, and he also does like clips of reacting on TikTok. And he's like just sitting there with his vape, like the camera angle super weird that his forehead is just gigantic. And then he's sitting there vaping, and I'm watching a video, and it's like, yep. Yep, that's true. Yep. Sipping the vape. Yep. Yeah, very good video. Very, very good point. I agree to that. And that's it. I'm like, dude, please, no, don't do that. There's a whole thing going on with someone using big streamers for not reacting properly. And that's why I want to add like a lot of things, like experiences, something I saw, maybe some thoughts. Hello, Louis. I think otherwise it's not fair to re-upload it basically on your own channel and cash for that, right?
I'm trying to provide minutes on minutes.
It's not fair. Yeah, same.
To that.
Same, Jarvis.
And hopefully that's what you're.
And I am trying to provide more commentary on top of it. The Inception. Thank you, Zolti. There's one person I keep getting in my shorts that has a Spider-Man mask and just sitting there reacting to YouTube videos while he just sits there doing fuck all. Huh. Enjoy playing games, Louis. Have fun.
You're coming from, or else you'd be going to watch this guy's business videos. Hey, maybe what I'm doing is unethical.
Provide bathwater. Yeah, Jarvis, we need bathwater.
Today we've got selling websites to small businesses.
Okay, selling websites to small businesses. Is he talking about like a web development shop where you set up somebody's like Squarespace for them? Because that's a thing.
That's a normal job.
Thing that exists.
Yeah.
And it is a real business type.
Yeah.
Or is he talking about like domain squatting? That I have more of a that's a shit.
I don't know does someone know what domain squatting means? Because I'm not familiar with that term. If you can explain it to me, that would be very lovely. Selling Squarespace out already. I mean, no, Squarespace is a website where you can build a website. It's a website builder, with like a lot of. I used it for a while. I used for like a year or something for my art stuff. It's like a website builder. It has a lot of templates. You get your own URL. You have your own email. You have your statistics. You can build all of it. Yada yada yada. Pretty good. Pretty expensive. I found a way cheaper service. I will look it up in the next weeks. So we can set up my personal website soon as well too. You buy website names and hold them. Ass.
Shitty to me.
We're going to automate the entire process and do none of the work ourselves. So first up, I went to the map and picked a random regional town in my home country of Australia. And then I googled businesses in that area. I started with mechanics, electricians, and plumbers. And then I used my data scraper to pull all of this information straight from Google. This took me a few minutes.
So far, this is labor. I'm surprised you didn't use ChatGPT to do this because it would be cheaper and easier. So maybe that's
some website
my
names are worth
unethical life
billions.
hack. You can use ChatGPT.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Squatting can refer to two main things: a physical posture or an act of occupying property without permission. Thank you, Yontel.
To clean up the data for your local Maitland plumbers and all.
This is okay. This is not. I would not say it is unethical, but it's asshole behavior. Just claiming the website and it's sitting on it.
Electricians. Subscribe for more.
Got ChatGPT to create me a simple JSON file.
Okay, he is using ChatGPT. You could have used ChatGPT before this point.
Ported this straight into N8. The automation I made is super simple. It basically just grabs the mobile number from the spreadsheet you saw earlier and sends a text message using Twilio.
I don't know what he said he's using, but that
Why he's setting an SMS?
this is like there's a bunch of things that do this.
Do is blast these messages out, see how many calls I can book, and try and close these guys on a new website. I'll charge around $400 to build the initial site and then pay somebody.
Oh, that's like, wait, isn't that like cold calls, but it's just like a cold SMS basically? Like people trying to like they look you up and then they're like thinking, oh, what could I sell this person? And then they're just calling. Oh man, those calls were so annoying back in the day when I worked for a different company. They tried to sell us everything, dude. They tried to sell us glasses for the meeting rooms.
On Fiverr to do it for $50. On top of that, we'll have a $50 upkeep, which will cover the domain and web hosting with some money to spend.
This one does have a few more like ethical considerations to be made. The first part of what he's doing is called lead generation, and it's a part of every client-based business. It's like finding people who could potentially be your clients, aka leads, and then go.
Can also go the opposite way. Like for example, if you are a creator like me right now, right? I hate to use that word, but technically I am also in the influencer category because I have influence a little bit over you. Hopefully in a positive way. And you can also have leads into the other direction. So me as a creator is reaching out to companies to have a sponsorship. I hate that word too, but it is what it is. We have to live with that. Content creator sounds better, but maybe it's not fully carrying on the whole thing. So yeah, but it also can go into the different direction. So I, as a creator or influencer, whatever you want to call it, I can also reach out to companies I would like to have to work with, and there are a couple. I just have not the confidence yet. And then it's technically like I'm not their client. It's like more a symbiosis kind of thing. It's a bit weird behavior, weird relationship. But yeah, it can also go the other way around. Not only companies can reach out to someone, but also like individuals like me, or maybe even you, where you're like looking for a job. To specific workplaces can also be this type of direction. Shadow Legend sponsored stream when will never happen, Tony, because I do not like this type of games. And I have morals. I will keep on going to the bookstore job that I have instead of accepting a Raid Shadow Legends freaking ad. It will not happen. No, I think one of the I mean, maybe I can show you one company later if I feel like it. It's an Austrian company too, and they have some really, really nice products that I personally really, really like and would love to have. And I'm just saving up money to buy me one of these somewhere. So it is a company that I really, really think is cool. It was a test you passed. Thank you.
Doing outreach to those.
Don't know who I am.
leads.
I'm
The
influencer,
other
hate the baby.
aspect of this, the Fiverr part where he pays someone on Fiverr to make a website, he charges more than he's paying on Fiverr. However, what we don't know is what sort of, is this a one and done situation? Most of the people he's going to be reaching out to are not ready to be web hosts.
Maybe.
So they're going to need some sort of consistent.
Yeah, it will be like a consistent service that he has to provide. And it's not like a once done and never do again, basically. Also tied to normal labor. I don't see the unethical part in it yet.
Consistent maintenance, or it's not free to keep things hosted forever. So is this a one-time payment thing, or are we on a subscription? And then the second that there's an issue or something that needs to be changed, if that Fiverr person becomes unavailable, does this guy have the skills to do that? Or is he just like leaving his customer like shit out of luck? That's like where it gets like, it's still a business, but now it's like
it's a bit wonky
business with high risk of producing a shitty product for the end consumer. But
and then you're just losing your reputation, and that will leave a bad mark, and then it just tumble down into a pit.
As is often the case with reels, it leaves out a lot of nuance of actually doing this for real. So much of the world is middlemen in between businesses, middlemen at businesses, and that's all this is. Spoiler alert, people are willing to pay for convenience, and that's all this is. Like, yes,
if it's needed convenience though, like for example, okay, this is going back into the VTuber sphere, okay? Technically, if you have an agency that is taking care of your emails and maybe looking out for you for suited sponsorships that you can represent as your personal brand, right? Because in my belief, a influencer and a brand should have similar beliefs to work together, but this is just my cup of tea. A normal agency, for example, a big one in the creator scene is like Mythic. This will be enough, right? Sometimes I have trouble to understand why people need a manager if they have like, let's say I would not need a manager with the views and the reach I have right now. I do not need that. But there are people who hire a manager with even, let's say, less viewers, less numbers and stuff like that. And then now we go back to the person that I know from a friend of mine. So the friend of a friend who tries to be a streamer, he has a manager, and he's paying, I think, like he's working full time, having streaming on the side basically, and trying to make streaming a proper thing. One big no-no is like that he uses AI a lot in his content, which is not okay. Like a little bit to add some funsies to it, okay, fine, but he has like AI in every video, and I really don't like that. Also, his whole channel panels are AI written, and you can definitely see that. But yeah, that's a side note. But he has a manager. I do not know for what. Because the manager is like just kicking his butt, basically. Thank you, Azan. That he's posting content. That is it. And do you want to know what he's paying that person? Between $500 and $600 per month that he's kicking his butt. And like looking for sponsorships, which he doesn't need because he has less than 10 CCV, basically. I understand that you can have affiliate links and stuff like that as a small creator. That's totally fine. But you do not need a manager for that.
Someone could go and buy their own website, but maybe they hadn't thought of it maybe they don't want to manage it.
Anyone need a manager? I do it for 500 a month.
Well, then that is a price that I would pay. I am curious to see how effective this is in a world where something like Yelp or like Google businesses exist, where it's not as valuable. Like things like SEO. Like, do you know about SEO? Is my website gonna be showing up in the results when people search for me? Because you found them through.
I mean, those are skills that you can learn, though, and I think it's important that a creator. This is my personal opinion again, okay, but I think it is important for a creator to know what SEO is, have a grasp to that, like knowing somewhat about it, knowing how to use it, the same as like knowing how apps are working that you actually use or have to use. You also, in my personal opinion, you also should know what a hurdle editing is, so you pay editors a fair amount of money to do your work, that it's fair. So I think an influencer or a content creator, whatever you want to call it, should experience all of that to know the value of this work, to pay people properly for their work, basically. This is my opinion on it. Yeah, and editors are often underpaid. They're often just exploited, maybe not even paid at all. And I saw a lot of bad things already in the German creator sphere, right? Not even in the English speaking one. Legal Mindset said today that some channels have business sense that he wouldn't trust them to run a food stand. There are a lot of scammy, sketchy people, and I just try my best to stay away from all of that. That's why I will also never join a VTuber agency, by the way.
Google, so they're already findable through Google if I'm looking for a plumber. So
Hello, Riken.
How many people are going to bite? That's the thing where he kind of set up the
I want to run a business
of what
on
this
Power
work is going to
Friendship.
be. But
yeah, Power Friendship is a really sweet idea, right? A Power Friendship business is a very sweet idea until money comes in. Until money comes, you have to have rules, because the power of friendship will be tested every day if money comes in. As sad as it is, you should have very clear and strict rules and separate business and friendship, because I don't know where it worked out actually. Should know how at least do the minimum yourself first before hiring someone else to do it. Also lets them know what style of things they want. Yeah, that you also experience like what kind of style you want, what works for you, which kind of colors. It still should even though if you hire an editor, it should still be like kind of you, right? So you can keep the brand consistent. That's also important.
without him actually following through, I think it's just like misleading about how much back and forth and communication management and stuff, it could very quickly get unwieldy, which is why it's a business that real people do.
Yeah, because it's like you need a business.
Next up, we have resale. No, I don't mean selling fakes and passing it off as the real deal. No, I mean buying genuine items cheap and reselling them online.
I'm convinced
that is also a normal business thing that people do, like finding vintage pieces and selling them for good money.
that this person doesn't know what ethics are. I'm gonna watch some of the other content and make sure that this isn't just like a big joke. But curating vintage clothing finds is a business. It's a business that a lot of people partake in.
Yeah,
like
or having a secondhand business, like looking for a specific type of fashion and then selling it online in like maybe even special releases because they collect an amount of things for like a theme or something like that. Can all be a normal, legit, ethical business. I so far have not grasped what we're talking about, actually, aside from all of the very interesting things that we share and have like a same baseline on.
I am in Los Angeles. There's a lot of like flea markets that aren't really like flea markets in the traditional sense. They're places you can go and look at the collection of vintage goods that someone has curated over a long period of time. You can buy them at a markup, but you are also buying like cool vintage stuff.
Yeah. And then maybe you have like a circle of collectors where you can sell it to, and that's totally okay.
It's not fake. And so part of the work involved with that is knowing about the vintage world, knowing about clothing.
Which is unpaid labor at this point, because you do it for yourself to increase your knowledge about this bubble And nobody will tell you that this is unpaid labor, basically, what you're doing. It's like market researching.
From the past, being able to identify a real thing from a fake thing. If you don't have the skills to do that, and you're saying that you do, that's where I would consider it fairly unethical. But if you're developing the skill set to identify these vintage goods, you're doing the labor of sorting through bulk bins of cheap clothing to find the diamonds in the rough that you were gonna restore or clean up, and pick out the items that you then have to display somewhere on a Depop store or on a whatever. You've created a business.
I'm here to inform you that there are some ads coming up soon.
Thank you, Mila.
I don't know what to tell you.
So far, everything's okay.
You haven't realized this yet, but you've just done a business. I'm going to join the Discord.
Genuine items cheap.
Wait, what?
And reselling them online. So anyway, we went to this warehouse sale today.
It seems like the issue that this guy has is buying something cheap and then selling it for more as like unethical, but then has business courses about drop shipping, which I think is
more unethical,
misleading and can very easily and very quickly be unethical, especially with like labor practices that are involved, and investment real estate, which is a whole other can of worms. But I don't personally think that like businesses or individuals should own tons and tons and tons of properties that people could be living in to hold as investment vehicles. Just my own personal.
Also, it's super weird that she's like, yeah, I want to give you tips for normal jobs. But then he's like, I'm a consultant for this other type of things, which can be unethical. I'm very confused about this type of content.
Opinion.
I don't know how you think about it. Totally normal.
Way more discussion than finding an OG Old Navy shirt or something and from 1962 and then selling it. But we'll see if they're actually doing that.
Bunch of different brands selling clothes at a fraction of the cost. These pants, for example, retail for $100 each, but here they were selling for $15 a piece. Anyway, we're stocked up.
Yeah, the thing is, okay, let me say that. The thing is with those type of things, with like reselling, right? You have to know where your market is. Just because he says, hey, look, this is worth $100. Who's saying that? Because if you can't sell it, that, right? So it's not worth $100. If nobody's buying it, you can still say it is worth $100, but nobody buys it because nobody sees the value in it. So you have to put some value into it. Maybe like with the branding, maybe with a story or what maybe some how you want to present the company. You have to give people a reason to buy something. And if not, it's technically worthless, right? Even though the material and everything went into it. That is something that I learned to not impulse buy anymore, basically. For example, just because something is on sale, and it's like a huge discount, then you should already be suspicious. For example, when is that? Black Friday is in November, right? Please start watching the prices. If you need something and you're like, okay, I will wait for Black Friday for that, please watch the prices now and write them down, because usually companies just raise the money before events like that to still earn money. Discounts are always calculated. If a company, or like with those weird influencer discounts, right? If a company, let's say you want to buy, what is typical VTuber thing? A shirt, okay? You want to buy a specific branded shirt, and the shirt costs, or like the company says, the shirt costs $60. But because they work with an influencer or with a VTuber who also like gets a commission of this, and then with the discount code of the VTuber, you only pay $30. Those $30 of a discount difference is all calculated, and the company and everybody involved in it will still make a good profit. Usually profits margin between 20 to 40% depending on the item. So even those $30 discount are something absolutely calculated, and no company will give a discount if they lose money. They will not do that. Never. That's why I always, like, when I buy something, I wait for a discount usually, because I know the item can't be that expensive technically.
On a whole bunch of stuff, and we worked out that we spent around $250 for $1,300.
Right. The reason that you could buy these things at this discounted price is because there's already been a process by which these things were not sold at the maximum value, and you are making an investment that you can find the right. The issue is
He's saying what I'm saying. Oh, Jarvis, I'm so sorry. I just took everything. That's what I meant with adding own value to the video. I just add enough value that I'm saying exactly what Jarvis wants to say.
finding the market, finding the person who's going to want
pre-watched. No, I haven't pre-watched it.
The vibe such that when you set up your pop-up shop or you set up your online store, that a person looking for that thing is going to find it, and you have to hold all that shit in your home, and so it doesn't scale well.
Own value says the same thing. Mama, I really didn't watch it. I just have a lot of experience. I was trained for business, okay?
If you have too much shit, then now you're a store. Surprise, you've become Target.
As soon as I got home, I took some photos and got the eBay listings crafted. Now they're all up and running and already getting some
The photos are not even good.
traction. Anyway,
And then
I'm
he
sorry.
left a comment saying, personally, I'm already thinking this is too high effort / low reward, but I'll give anything a go. He also took good looking photography. That's marketing photography. It doesn't matter how like lo-fi or how you're not a professional.
No, I
to
didn't
do
like
this
the
thing, 'cause
photos.
Most of these businesses,
I didn't like them
most
at all.
things in this world are fake smoke and mirrors and vibes. Okay. And that's all this guy's doing. There's like nothing wrong with doing that. It's just not going to be,
It's not
more than
unethical
likely
or
not going to be
something.
your ticket to financial freedom, which is what we're hashtagging. And it's also not passive, which is what we're hashtagging. But
He's passive. That is nothing. Nothing has that to do with passive income. Absolutely nothing. You still have the labor of finding the things, taking the pictures, finding the market you're gonna sell it to. Sell it, pack it, ship it, do taxes.
but it does make you an entrepreneur, I guess, if you want to
That
call
is
yourself
not
that.
passive
this is
income.
exactly how smart people out there are profiting off of current events. Fear is up and people are scared. This is the fear index, and you can see it's as
I hate the music in the background, by the way.
high nearly as it was back during COVID. So what happens to the market when people are scared?
I'm going to cut this off early and say it's
Thank you.
opposite day for our friend Monopoly here, because the things that he's currently talking about in this short are how you can like make the market work for you during wartime and times of high fear, which is like not what I want anyone's priority to be when there are horrible atrocities happening in the world.
Yeah,
is
that's
how
not
can
what
I
you
make
want.
a quick buck off of this? You know, that's something.
I mean, technically, not even technically, people do that. That is the sad thing about it. People do that, and it's horrible. It's absolutely fear meter. People happy all the way to Monka. That is absolutely horrible that people like profit out of the suffering of other people, but it's sadly a reality. Doesn't mean that you have to motivate people to do the same, right?
Thing that I would consider unethical. If I think my country is going to go to war, I'm not going to go invest in like war profiteer companies because I'm ethically opposed to the actions of those companies. So for me to profit feels like blood money.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It is.
He's like, what if I sold a shirt?
It is blood money.
For more money than I bought it for. Is that unethical? And then there's comments in this very post about people like moving their assets around so that they can invest in fucking military contractors. I don't like it. Okay? I don't
Same.
like it.
Yeah.
How
I
much
feel
did
you. Oh,
Instagram
boy.
pay me to generate over 6 million views in the past 30 days? Literally $0. Meanwhile, there's kids out here on WAP pulling a fraction.
What is your relationship with this fucking
Maybe they have a affiliation with that company. That's why he's bringing it up multiple times.
website? What is WAP? How to make money with WAP clipping? How to make $100,000 per month with WAP. What the fuck
Jesus
is
Christ.
going on? It seems like reverse Fiverr, where instead of sellers offering their services, it's people.
They're also obscure affiliations. I mean, this WAP thing, yeah, okay, maybe it makes money, right? Maybe, yeah, but if it's so good, everybody would do that, and world hunger would be cured. If it's so good, like the videos are claiming it to be, nobody on the world would suffer anymore if they would only do that. So there is some kind of scumminess about it.
People willing to pay for services, kind of like on Craigslist where you could do one or the other. Oh, okay. Comment WAP and I'll send you a link to get started for free. This is an affiliate situation.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
See?
Let's peel back the curtain here. This man is generating leads, which we've previously discussed, which are everyone who views one of his videos as a potential customer to go to WAP. It's pronounced the same way as the fucking
the saying
Cardi B
goes,
song.
if it's
and that
too good to be true,
is
it's
that
most
on
likely
purpose?
is
That's
scam.
all us at the top of this business funnel. So let's say some small percentage of those people comment WAP, which we can see here. Now, he's going to DM them, make them feel special, his special link. And with that link, it's going to say ampersand UTM param refer whatever the fuck Monopoly McCann, and then when you click on that link, it's gonna attribute Monopoly McCann giving
Oh yeah, Honey was also that. Yeah.
you that link to WAP, and then WAP on their back end
Fair enough. I tried to use Honey, it never worked out for me.
is gonna be like, Mr.
There was never
Monopoly,
something where I
you've
could
given us
save some
1,000
money.
new Whoppers, okay, but not the burger. You've given us 1,000 new Whoppers. Here's your cut of cash. And that's like a little sub hustle that's happening within his content, because he's grinding, but this motherfucker looks like somebody
Like talking, and this motherfucker. The attitude.
who doesn't know. Like, I've never met somebody who's like so obsessed
But that
with
is basically
business,
the same.
but has no genuine interest
That is
beyond
basically the
making
same, like the
money.
WAP
I
thing.
guess there's a lot of people like that, but like, it seems like they already have been successful if they've bought hundreds of properties on a
Same. Every time I tried, it said either I have the best deal or couldn't. Yeah, for me it was never find anything. I felt so betrayed. I was even if it would be like 50 cents, I would be happy already, because if it happens over and over and over, right? You have over time at least a little bit of money back, but still.
Australia, or invested in hundreds of properties in Australia. So it's like, this is fine, I guess. But if I'm ever sponsored, this would be another great time to cut to a sponsor. If I'm ever sponsored, it is clearly labeled, and I just can't imagine a world.
Do you know who's sponsoring me? It's actually you, no? Thank you for sponsoring me and being here.
World where you're like promoting app.
Not even giving me money, just being here. That is enough. Never tried. If someone you can make sales pitch for something, I'm guessing it's a scam. Yeah, you're my sponsor. Thank you. Yeah, you're my sponsors. Just by being here with me and watching this and cringe a little bit.
Per service so much,
and then we
for
will snack
free,
together.
where you're not seeing the upside
mainly
from it.
me,
Okay.
and you.
My review
bad
on
if I will
the
puke or
ethics of
not.
Monopoly McCann. The stuff where he's asking if it's unethical, actually ethical. The stuff where he's not, I have questions. Next up, we have Zach Alsop.
Oh, a
who
new
has
one.
More YouTube subscribers than me. I
Wait. I need to see the face. The
tested
photo looks
unethical
weird.
life hacks that actually work. So they've got themselves a like Mr. Beast.
I think I watched a video of him, but it was a while ago. I'm a sponsor, spoil me. I make you giggle every day, isn't that enough?
Style, like Iraq style video situation.
I think
where
I
they're
know
doing all
that
kinds of
person. I watched like
crazy
one video or
stunts.
something like
I'm
that.
not passing any judgment on the people here. I'm all about the hacks. I am a tried and true life hack expert. I
And I
believe in
sponsor your
working
hacks?
smart, not hard,
Yeah.
and also not working at all and playing Final Fantasy X.
Pretending to be a food critic at a fancy restaurant just to get myself some free dinner. Thank you.
What? Okay, I have a question. Is it actually working like that? Like you just go to a restaurant and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm a food critic. I don't think that it works like that. That you can just go there and be like, I'm a food critic, give me free money. No, I can't imagine that it works like this. And if you try that, you probably will be asked to get the fuck out. Right? Yeah, only move. Pretty sure it doesn't work like that. Yeah. I think they would just say, there's the door. Bye.
Slow service.
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
This is very easy to stage, but also if you have 2 million subscribers and you're filming at a restaurant, you may as well be a food critic because you can say bad things about the restaurant to your audience.
While most of them aren't technically illegal, if I do get caught, there's a good chance I'll be arrested.
All right, relax, bud. You think you're going to get arrested for pretending to be a food critic at a restaurant while you're filming and critiquing the food? Okay. All right.
All right.
Sorry. Again, I'm about the hacks.
Let's
First,
go.
I'm going to show you.
Hello, Ryan. No professional food critics like Michelin can't reveal their food critics, so the restaurant won't cheat. Yeah, but you just like as a normal person, this is like showing unethical ways to earn money to normal people, and we are not talking about Michelin or something. But you, as a normal person, you can't just go there and say like, "Hey, I'm a food critic. Give me money. Give me food." Give me money too if you want to. So I leave a good review basically. If you can think about it, the restaurant owner can think about it.
You a naughty little method for getting free parking. Parking in New York is expensive.
Well, yeah, because no one drives in New York, so that's your first mistake.
$70, $300. But that's fine, because I've got an unethical life hack which is going to get me free parking in the best spot in town all day. This spot, to be exact, located directly in the middle of Times Square.
My question is, how did you get that drone shot? Because that is illegal. That'll get you arrested.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're allowed to fly a drone in there. I would need to check a map, but yeah. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? I'm doing really good. I highly doubt. You need to put a thermometer in your super stuff.
That better be some stock footage, man. There's some. Don't mess around with New York. Oh, look at Drone Snap. There we go. Okay, cool.
Can I park here? No. So to park here completely for free, all you need is a big red bow and a sign.
Okay. So this is illegal.
Yeah.
This is okay. So you've just done a crime.
Please do not do that. I believe some influencers have tried to give free meals promising exposure. Yeah, but like I would, as a restaurant, I would just say no thanks. Just get out. Personally.
And look, who cares? I'm not going to tell, even though I just did. You did this in the past, though. So not all crimes are unethical. Not all laws are ethical. But you did say they're not illegal. And this is fraud?
No, we have two Montys now. We have Montario and we have Monty-chan. And it's two people. Two people now.
And it is also trespassing. I'm a fucking narc right now. To do any sort of display in most cities, you need a permit to do so. And if you don't, then it's against the law. And I'm not the cops, all right? I'm just saying you said it wasn't illegal, okay? Don't get mad at me. I'm just pointing out a fact. And then also you're lying about this contest.
Do I change name? Why? For what?
Which is a form of fraud. I mean, it's illegal, you know? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to be the laws guy. The ethics we could talk about.
Guys, win this car for free. Yep, the plan was to make the car look like it was part of a competition. And in Times Square, which is full of ads.
This is very like prank coded also. But the funny thing is that in New York, I feel like no one gives a shit. Sometimes I park my car and I put 2 hours on the meter and I come out 2 hours and 30 minutes later because it was a meeting or I lost track of time. I have a ticket. And I pay my ticket.
And then it's okay.
And I go, oh, drats. And yeah, I did illegal, I guess. But I paid my dues. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're just going to get a ticket,
okay.
brother. You're just going to get a ticket. And who cares?
Then you actually lose money because you have to pay the ticket.
No one in New York wants that car anyways. I'm walking here.
You going to enter?
Yeah, I want to enter.
Hell yeah.
See...
But wait, didn't he say that's like an unethical way to make money? Where's he making the money? He just has a car standing there. I'm a little bit confused about the purpose of that video of that dude, you know? To be fair, unethical DAOs, not ethical, not equal legal, so you could probably get away with some tricks, but people will certainly give you weird ass stares. If I had €1 for every arrested prankster influencer that got arrested or Gothic bridge.
That sucks, man. He's like, this idiot thinks I'm running a real contest.
I get a nice little alert that my car is safe directly to my phone. Which is great. It means the car hasn't been towed.
Doesn't mean you don't have a ticket. What this guy cares about, which I have to point out, is like the optics of it for a YouTube video. It is a good optic in that it is intriguing, makes people ask questions. So like from the structure of like what a YouTube video is trying to do, which is get people to click on it and watch it for a long time. I totally understand why they did this and why it's framed in the way that it is. I'm just here about the hacks, okay? So I just need another hack.
I booked an incredibly expensive first-class flight, and I have no intention of getting on it. That's because for this hack, I'm booking a refundable first-class ticket to gain access to the first-class lounge and all its free food and drink, then refunding my ticket just before takeoff.
Hey, this one, I could...
Don't you have a cancellation fee? Still, like, just go to McDonald's if you're hungry. I'm confused.
Care less. You were only impacting a extremely profitable business that runs pretty anti-consumer practices,
depending
that
on the
tend
tickets,
towards unethical, but provide a service.
I mean, okay, forgive me because I do not book those tickets for the metal birds. I just can't. It's terrifying sitting in those. I did it once, never again.
That many of us cannot avoid, and so we have to deal with these shitty anti-consumer practices, and it's affecting people who paid $10,000 for their first class flight to have a guy in their lounge who's going to refund it. All of that's a part of the risk profile of when they create things like this. Another way you could do this is sign up for one of those credit cards.
I can,
and then cancel the
I'm
credit
just not
card.
allowed to, and I don't like those metal birds.
So unethical, interesting. I would say it's in the who cares.
I just don't like them
for me. I'm no ethics professor yet. I'm also not studying to be one, nor am I on the process yet. These don't seem like huge ethical dilemmas for the average person, but it does fill the runtime. So I mean, there's that. I'm not going to go through every one in this guy's video. If you want to watch,
doing this kind of stuff is really shitty because it causes companies to revoke customer perks of fear of exploitation. Yeah. I can only agree to that. It makes the service worse. It makes like the whole interaction with the staff worse because they never know, okay, is this person really staying here? They have to monitor probably who is in, who is who, to, if someone cancels it, that they please the person out again. Metal birds are okay to me. It was scary the first time, but now it's meh. I'll be in 2 days. You're so brave, Monty-chan. You're so brave. I just don't like them.
this video, go for it. Look, I'm just here about the hacks, all right?
Yeah,
Next,
for the
hacks. I don't care about fucking Delta. Do I think it'll work? Yeah, probably. The issue is that most people can't afford the $9,000 flight charge to begin with.
Fair.
Even if you're refunding it. It requires a little bit of working capital or credit limit. And the risks are high for people, the average Joe, to do this, because if at any point there is a issue that involves you actually having to pay for the flight, that could be debilitating for people who aren't like large YouTubers. Call me a restaurant critic in the restaurant of unethical life hacks. And I've had my sampling. So I'm going to move on to our last guy. So this is another creator with over 1 million subscribers.
Over 1 million subscribers and only 34 videos? Self-proclaimed YouTuber. That's a lot of subscribers for not that many videos. It's already suspicious, to be honest. Worst part of flying is pressure change. Metal birds are nice, but the ocean is terrifying. Yeah, I know you have the ocean fear. Actually, would require to have the money first. Yep. Possibly bot. Yeah, but bot accounts usually spam videos, right? Usually bot accounts just spam videos multiple per day.
I tested unethical ways to make money. I'm here about the hacks. What are these unethical ways. Let's take our little sample.
I'm currently dressed up as a gold street performer collecting a ridiculous amount of tips from all these people. That's not actually me. It's a mannequin that I dressed up and spray painted to look like a real person, and I've been raking in money all day without lifting a finger.
I think we might have found our first unethical.
Finally, one who is shitty, like actually shitty. Bought subs. Oh, fair. Fair. I love the ocean and have a fear of heights, but I would rather be in a plane than in a boat across the ocean. Very interesting.
I do kind of feel like when someone is tipping, they believe that they're tipping a street performer, and they believe that this person
will do something,
doing their thing. And so I do think that this probably takes away from real street performers. Also, another thing you need like a permit to do, and there are like real people who's like make a living doing.
And again, it puts a bad light onto actual street performers who do those like statue acts, right? They're really funny. I really like watching those. Especially like with kids around, because kids are just so amazed by those type of things. It's very interesting to watch. But doing that and scamming people like this just puts really bad light onto the street performers, like the real ones. And that's why black sheep are just ass and ruin everything for everybody.
Doing this. All I'm saying is, if someone is walking down the street in the city they're touring, I guess you could say, they put $1 in a bucket for a street performer, and they see another street performer. Let's say there's a silver guy on the corner who's a real man. It feels bad that the person might go, they're not nearly as still as the gold guy. You know, that would be a fear that I would have, which is why I wouldn't necessarily engage in this. So I'm going to give that one unethical out of some number of ethics.
That is the first one who's actually asked.
Methods that I'll be testing to see if they'll make us rich or if we'll end up behind bars.
Why is everyone always being arrested?
Because it clicks better. Because the hook is better. So they're actually making... wild take. They're not making any money with those type of ethical hacks, right? They're making money with this YouTube video that they're making out of those type of things. So it could be some whatever horrendous thing, and they just cut it and frame it and tell the story properly like this, and then they get like a couple million views, and this is where the bucks are coming in, basically. This is where the money comes. Not because of the unethical weird tips. The unethical weird tips is just shit-ass behavior.
It's like, are we children? I'm like, because to me, being arrested is not the like risk of the YouTube video. When I watch a YouTube video, I'm not going,
just
oh man, I hope they don't get arrested. Imagine if I like started this video and it's like, I'm gonna riff a little bit on some videos I found online. Hope I don't get arrested. And then I cut to like a cop car and it's like, wee.
Yeah, hopefully for telling all of this information, I'm not getting arrested because I'm telling what's behind business practices. Hopefully I will not get arrested for telling the truth, and people who want to keep their scams will sue me. God forbid.
Do I really think that this person is in any risk at any point? No. But if I'm like a kid, then like it reminds me of those like don't call Scooby-Doo at 4 a.m. type videos.
The fake marriage method. I've seen this new trend that newly married couples do where they'll write a cute little message on the back of their car that says just married. They make sure to throw their little Venmo tag on there.
Here's my question. Does he send the money back? Because if you do it and don't send the money back, kind of lame. The thing is, the people who gave the money to the fake street performer aren't getting their money back.
Today.
I like doesn't feel great. It's like one of those things. It's like just a prank because it
feels so weird. It feels so weird. I don't know. Like a chore, yeah, that too. It's like an act, and you still have to do some kind of labor, right? It just feels super weird and super. Does anyone even pay into those Venmos? I don't know. I hope not.
Makes me feel like people's goodwill is being misused, you know?
Yeah.
This is the closest someone has gotten to questioning ethics, if I'm being honest. You know what? I actually commend Jack for trying things that are actually unethical.
We have a Venmo on the side.
There's nothing unethical about asking someone to Venmo you, but under false pretenses, bingo, you got an unethical. And as someone who's here to find the unethics, Jack actually did test it. I'll give him that.
Congratulations from a car on PCA. It took
Oh my god. The thing is also what makes me completely weirded out, right? So those people are sharing unethical things, how to scam people and stuff like that. Like, and this is the first person who actually does it in a very weird way. And then on the other hand, I often see like TikToks or Reels or Shorts or Twitter posts, what you name it, like content. And then I see content where people are sad and devastated that humans are losing empathy, humans losing a sense of community, humans can't trust each other anymore. Yeah, why not? Why they cannot trust anymore? Because of shitheads like that. Man, it makes me mad. Thank you, Metra. It makes me mad because like a lot of people are suffering from stuff like that, or maybe fall into a trap, fall into a scam. Their life is ruined. Yada, yada, yada. Tony. And then you have those shitheads promoting it. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why do you make it even worse? I don't get it. This is something maybe that just doesn't get into me, because my sense of justice and unfairness is just kicking in, right?
45
I don't know.
minutes, but we just got a $5 tip.
Okay, let's say you earned $9.50 per hour. Congratulations, that's under wage. That you're underpaid. Congrats.
This guy seems very nice. I wish he wasn't doing so many unethical hacks. Again, not going to go through the whole video, but good on Jack for actually challenging my ethical framework and doing unique things that I hadn't seen. A lot of work went into this, but you don't need to do the unethics, sir.
No,
and
please
that's
don't.
from Captain
Minus gas for the car. Yeah, he actually spent money. Yeah, technically he spent money probably.
Ethnicity himself.
Thank you, Jarvis, for the video. Jesus Christ, what a dumpster fire. Time to open a VTuber agency and scam people. I should stop doing those jokes.